So Philip, VaasaETT just completed the Smart Grid Global Impact project for Ventyx and ABB, and conducting that research, what was the aim of it for you?
The aim really was to try to get an international, a global overview of return on investment from smart grid, not just thinking about one region or one country, because up until now the main focus has been on a small geographical region and how successful it has been. In addition to that, until now, most of the studies that look at return on investment have focused primarily on financial return on investment and maybe potentially also additionally on reliability. Well, we focused more broadly than that, both geographically and in terms of looking at the environmental benefits, the customer benefits, the financial benefits, economic benefits, and looking at also innovation and reliability, looking at a whole host of different return on investment outcomes from the smart grid. We were trying to get a snapshot of how successful it really was in practice. Up until now, there's been no real benchmark for what is the best that you can achieve from smart grid and what it's actually doing in reality. We hear a lot about the benefits that smart grid can bring, but actually very little about the real life implications. Now, in the sense, we also want to make sure that the findings that we get from one region are applied to all other regions, and that's why we looked at 200 programs around the world, smart grid programs. From those programs, we limited it to 30 of the very best that we could identify, and we investigated those in great detail. Now, those programs alone amounted to around about 8 billion euros, millions of customers, and some of the largest projects alone were approaching or around about 1 million customers in size. So this is really the largest overview of these projects. We wanted to get finally a view of what the success is and what the drivers of success actually are in this industry.
And then what should the utilities take away from this project?
It's proven now that there really is a return on investment. But in a way more importantly than that, I think, is that the projects that were the most successful tended to be the projects that had a more holistic mix of elements. They had more components within their project. And the reason for that is that every little thing that you do in smart grid, even if it doesn't at first seem to be related to another element, they feed off one another. There are a lot of synergies between different components within smart grid, even between different pillars, between customer benefits, reliability benefits, environmental benefits, and so on, that all feed off one another. Another thing that we found was that size is not as important as we thought. It's not the largest projects that are necessarily the best. Small projects, large projects can both be successful. But we found that what is important is that whatever you do it properly. It's about making sure that you do everything in the most effective, comprehensive, and knowledgeable way.
So a lot of very unique insights in this project, and there is a free report for download available on www.smartgridimpact.com.